A good evening. This is Solomon. I'm back with a task that we supposed to handle. I did some of it. Actually, I did the task, and here to demonstrate to you what I did. Now, for starters, the question was, as the task was requiring us to create, let's start from here. A tech company employs hourly contractors to work on short-term projects due to varying project requirements, blah blah blah. I'll go straight to the required. We are required to write a Java program that implements a new class called NextAI Inc. And that class should contain a method that accepts base pay and hours worked as parameters. And the two, it should calculate and print the weekly pay for the contractors or displays the appropriate error message, as we are going to see. That was for part A. Now we are also required to test the program with 4 different contractors. Like here we have contractor A. His base pay is 30,000 per hour and hours worked are 51. Contractor B, his base pay is 20,000 shillings per hour and hours worked are 40 hours. Expected outcomes for the first contractor, a total pay which includes 48 regular hours and 3 overtime hours. I think let's first run that, and now this is the program we managed to develop. Oh boy, this is the program I came up with, and I'll do a little bit of explanation about the program and how it works. We are required to develop this is a Java program. As we can see, we imported Java utilities, and the utility we imported is a scanner. The class definition, the class we have NextAI.inc, and this defines the class which contains a method for calculating pay, which is also called calculate pay, this one here. And then we use in the method takes two parameters, which is the hourly wage, which is 30,000 per hour, and it also shows the total. It also has to indicate the total hours worked in a week. In which our question was given scenario. The first scenario, the base pay is 30. The first contractor, his base pay is 30,000, and the hours worked are 48 hours. So to check for validations in our code, we use this to check for validations. We can see here if the hours worked exceed, as the comment says, this is where validation is checked for, and it is. Anyway, let's first run this for the first contractor whose working hours is supposed to be 48 hours, if I'm not mistaken. As we are going to test whether it works. I'd run it before, and it proved to me that it was running. Okay, it has come. Our first contractor, his base pay was how much was it? Base pay, come here, this one. Okay, our base pay is 30,000 and his working hours are 51. 30,000, oh, that's 30, and week 51 hours. Is it 51? Oh, this it shows it calculated the total weekly pay as it did not separate. It did not show the extra hours. Okay, for it just calculated the extra time. Okay, this is the results for our first contractor. And the second contractor was requiring the second contractor. What was his base pay? This is the second contractor. His base pay is 20,000, and this expectation from this should be an error message telling us that this is below, because according to the question, the regulations are said that the minimum payment is 30,000 shillings per hour. So this one, I'm sure, is going to give us an error telling us that it is below minimum requirement. Let's learn that and see if it does. His base pay is 20,000 and minimum his base pay is 20,000 and working hours were 40. So those are even not including those ones. They don't exceed normal working hours to give us extra time. So let's run this and see this error here telling us our base pay must be at least 11 shillings per hour. So that's for contractors B. When we check for contractor C, let's look for contractor C's requirements. Contractor C, where is it? Contractor C, his base pay was 30,000 per hour, and working hours worked were 96. So we run 96, 35, 96, 35, 96, 35. So 35,000, and working time was 96. So this one is supposed to give us some good money. Ooh. Oh, no, actually not good money, because they allowed hours. Because of now, this one is still showing us contractor cannot work more than 72 hours. And where is that? This shows that our code works. That passes question part 2 of the question. So that was for our last contractor. And to talk a little bit about our code, the base pay was set to 30,000, and that's as per instructions are asking us to do, as we see here. And it is saying if using the if statement, if the base pay is less than 30,000, it is supposed to give us an error of this. Or maybe I capitalize all of it, especially this and this and this. Just. And then here, when it comes to working hours, they said the question says our maximum is supposed to be 48 hours. Any added hours beyond 48, those are counted as extra hours. But still, there is a limit to these. Now, for like 72 hours, it is supposed to give us this error is supposed to appear if at all we. Now, for example, the last contractor whose working hours was 95. 95 is really too much, even for the person. So our maximum in this, I set it to 72. In that, if there comes if there comes a scenario where the contractor works more than 72, it is supposed to give us this error. This message is supposed to appear. And I commented this out, but I don't know if it is really relevant to state my. I included comments so that those who might be going through can somewhere not really necessary. And but anyway, that's it. This is our code. This is our program, and we have seen that it runs. We can run a file again. See, our first contractor was 30,000, and hours worked were 51. We run that and it's working. Just like interbase pay per hour, which was 30,000. 30,000. And maximum hours was 51, which gives us this total money. And this total includes the normal hours and 3 extra, or there were 3 extra hours. So that's why it's this figure. Thank you for watching. I'm looking at improving more of my explanation. I don't know if it, but thank you for coming.